It rains almost every night in Gotham, not always hard, not always loud, but always enough to make the city glisten like a secret that won't stay buried. Water threads down brickwork and coils through alleys. It chases itself along blacktop, pools and potholes, pinstripes fire escapes, and softens the jittery neon into smeared handwriting. From my rooftop, Gotham doesn't look built. It looks grown, like a dark, stubborn forest of stone and steel that decided to bloom where the river bends. The rain is how it breathes. The steam is how it thinks. This rooftop is where I come to remember my size. I'm nobody, really. Another tenant with a key that sticks. Another shadow in a city that manufactures them. But up here, under a sky that has never asked for my credentials, I can hear Gotham's pulse. The sirens don't shriek so much as comb the air. The subway hums 3 stories underground and still somehow tickles the soles of my shoes. The wind threads itself through the gap between 2 towers and invents a new instrument each night. Tonight, it's a soft reed, sighing in the gutter, polite and endless. I know the roof the way you know a face. The tar line along the eastern parapet where I measure rainfall with the edge of my sneaker. The stubborn door that groans like an old dog when you open it, then settles into listening when you let it close. The satellite dish no one bothered to remove. A rusted crescent that catches rain like a hand extended for alms. The battered vent cap that rattles when the wind wants to gossip. I've named nothing here, but everything has learned to answer. Gotham is not a kind city, but it is a precise one. It knows how much pressure to apply to make a person confess a truth they didn't realize they were carrying. It presses with rent and with noise, with headlines and with weather, with the slow knowledge that no one will hold your place in line if you leave. And yet, stand high enough, just to where the wet air begins to taste like iron and old pennies, and you discover it has rituals too. The night shift bakery that vents sweet breath at 2:43 a.m., the bus on Ward that sighs at the stop for exactly 9 seconds, even when no one is waiting, the river horn that speaks once before the hour like a throat clearing. Gotham keeps time in its bones. I keep time with it. I listen. I count. I inventory small, unlikely graces, a lit window where a hand turns pages, a lone umbrella blown inside out and then, after stubborn coaxing, turned right again, a stray cat holding court beneath a stoop, unbothered by human weather. I used to think observation was something you did to the world. Now I think it's something the world does to you, softly sanding down the parts that insist too loudly on being the center. Up here, I let myself be a margin. It is raining tonight in threads rather than nails, the kind of rain I can feel on my eyelashes before I feel it on my skin. It edits the city's noise into a manageable paragraph. Far below, tires whisk. Closer, a drain gurgles a little tragedy and then is comforted. A red light paints itself into a puddle. The reflection wavers like doubt and then commits. Gotham is not sleeping. The city never does, but it has dimmed, lowered its voice, turned its face toward the window as if not to wake someone. I settle onto the cold lip of the parapet and let my chin rest on the backs of my hands. The brick is slick. The chill climbs into my sleeves. I close my eyes and catalog the common prayers of night. The elevator's asthmatic wheeze 2 buildings over. The whispered argument of a couple who will, I hope, reach for each other after. The faint television laugh track that leaks from a window like a memory escaping. A taxi bell tings, a bike chain clacks, a door latches with the small, proud click of a task complete. You could say this roof saved me. Maybe that sounds dramatic. Maybe it is. But below, the rooms narrow in around your thoughts, and their corners learn to shout back. Down there you carry your own weather, and it never quite matches the forecast. Up here I am given the night's climate as a fact. Cold, wet, honest. The truth arrives without decoration, and the city allows me to be small without asking me to be insignificant. It's not that I dislike people. I like them fine. I like the lady who sells newspapers and smiles as if you've just told a good joke without meaning to. I like the bus driver who says good night like a stamped visa. I like the man with the puppet who tells the same joke twice because the rain swallowed the first telling. But I am built for corners and for thresholds, for watching where the light falls and what it spares. I was raised by a grandmother who could hear grief through a wall and cut extra slices of cake without comment. Observation is my inheritance. Gentleness is my hobby. Rooftops are my teacher. Tonight, Gotham is a low ceiling painted in smoke. The rain makes the paint shimmer. Far to the west, the old rail yard coughs a blue light. To the south, the river tucks a length of streetlight into its coat and carries it away. A billboard promises second chances. Another promises a phone that is smarter than you. The corner bulb on the lone sign blinks like a lie reconsidered. Every window is a little stage. A lamp, a plant, a man in a white undershirt ironing with ceremony. A kid swaying like seaweed with headphones. A woman in an apartment of immaculate emptiness reading a book that has made it to her face. I pull the damp notebook from my pocket and write small, shivering words the rain will try to drink. Steam, like the city's thinking made visible. Sirens comb, not tear. Umbrellas are little planets. Neon is a bruise that glows. It's the kind of writing no one will read, and that is precisely why it feels true. I don't need to be believed to be honest. I need to be here,